So I was with my friend on campus, and we went to the market while we were studying because we were hungry, right? We wanted a snack or something in between studying. So, we went and I saw a cute girl there, and my friend noticed that she was like checking me out, like there were some signs there, and he was like, "Bro, you should go for it." I mean, this dude knows girls, like he's pretty experienced, way more than me, and he was like, "Bro, you gotta go for it. Like, she's definitely into you." So I was like, "All right, cool." And so I didn't do a bad job, but I went up to her and I was a little nervous, and I asked her for her number and all that, and it seemed to go well. And then I sent her a text, and then she replied with, "Fuck off, you limp-dicked lease of shit." She misspelled it. But you get the point. Yeah, this hasn't happened to me before. Not as bad, for sure. I usually am ghosted if this happens, right? Like, but never like this. And of course, my reaction, I laughed out loud. I was like, and I replied with some emojis, but I'm sure she's blocked me by now. But it is kind of interesting. I tend to think, what would happen to a guy who's 10 out of 10, jacked, massive? Like, let's say like he has his outfit in order, right? Like he, just recently went to the barbers, like he's jacked, like all of those things like definitely help in that scenario. Like I doubt that that would have happened to that guy like that. Or Adonis, right? Like, I mean, that wouldn't have happened to him, but it's just, that's the kind of question I ask, and not as a way to defeat myself, but kind of as a way of like, where am I now, and where do I need to go? Like how, and how to get there is what I have to figure out in between. That's kind of what I wanted to chronicle on this channel. Like definitely inputting like my results, my failures, my successes, because so far, like it's, I'm not out here a lady killer, but I'd like to be, right? I'd like to be able to just go up and just, kill it 100% of the time. Not that that's realistic, but, you get the idea. But, yeah, just, I had a lot of thoughts. And definitely something I wanted to share at least is whenever, like, you get rejected, like, I feel like trying to remember the Aesop fable with the fox and the grapes. If you're not familiar, essentially it's where a fox saw a grape up in like a grapevine and tried to jump at it and missed. Tried again, tried again, tried again. And eventually the fox just goes, "Oh, they were probably sour anyways," and then just walks away, right? It's very easy when you get rejected to go, "Oh, well, I wasn't, she wasn't even that great anyways." Like, "Oh, she was flat," or, like, "Oh, she wasn't that good looking," or "She was this or that," whatever. But you approached her for a reason, right? You would have overlooked those things if she had said yes. So why is it now a problem? So that's something you just have to make sure to keep in mind. I have to make sure I keep in mind as well. I can't be out here getting salty. It's sometimes it's luck, sometimes it is just, just a divide, like I said. Those are just some of the things I think about when it comes to this kind of situation. At first, like, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, it's, funny. Like, who says that? Like, limp dick piece of shit. Like, she doesn't know me, right? Like, she could have just said no, thanks, when she saw me, like, when I asked. And that's fine. Confrontation is not easy, so I get why she didn't. But she could have just left me on red. So it's just interesting why it happened the way it did. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't happen to me often. I didn't think this would, and after a little bit, I kind of got more annoyed and more annoyed. It's just kind of like, like, why am I getting treated like this? Like, and, I lost the energy to, like, even just, like, hit a punching bag or whatever. But I did think about it because, like, if I'm annoyed or I'm feeling like, the world is kind of against me, then what am I supposed to do? The answer, not punching bag, but is to, go to the gym. It's to get jacked, right? It's to get my outfits, looking better, right? Make sure that, I have my hair shampooed all the time. Today it's pretty greasy, so, I mean, maybe that's a factor, right? Maybe it's, approaching more and more over time, so I get rid of my approach anxiety. It could be those kind of things, right? But the answer is not to go MGTOW, oh, I'm not going to talk to women anymore, all women are bad and all that shit. I mean, she's just a young girl. Like, I mean, she doesn't owe me anything, regardless. She does not owe me anything. She doesn't owe me a response, a reply, anything. I got a little bit more than I was expecting, but, obviously there's a disconnect, right? If, let's say I was like, 6'4", Chad, right, all that shit, like it maybe wouldn't have happened. I don't know. But what I can do to at least improve my chances is make sure I'm constantly working on myself, self-improvement, all that jazz. Because, I mean, what else is there? I can't change my height. Can't change my eye color, my hair color. I mean, kind of hair color, kind of eye color. But, like, not with some permanent, and not that would matter anyways. Right? Like, I can change my musculature. I can change my approaches. I can change my techniques. And I think it's just way better to look at what you can change than what you can't. And I just kind of had to get this off of my chest because it's not really like, I don't know. Guys kind of get shit on, often, and then they just go back to their shitty mindsets. And I'm really trying not to. I'm trying to see where, maybe like I had my approach wrong, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it was just a lucky chance. Like, I probably just talked to the wrong girl. Maybe she just didn't want to get into a relationship, talk to any dude. Like, maybe she already has a boyfriend, or maybe she was just having fun. Like, maybe she thought it was funny, so she sent it, right? Without, like, regarding, like, my feelings, which is fine. Like, I get that. But regardless, it's more and now, like, what do I do? And what I chose to do is I went to the gym afterwards. I didn't have a great workout, but, I mean, I hit chest, a couple sets, right? Bench press and the cable flies, and had a good time. Did the best of what I could with the energy that I had, and then I left. And it's the main thing, of course, it's that it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Just, I have to make sure that I remember, and anyone else watching has to remember, like, when you're trying to improve yourself, it is going to be 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's going to be a back and forth, because no one's perfect. And, the other day I had a step backward, and now I have to go forward. That's all there is.